In this video, we will see how to use Archimesh and Ikea Browser to play with architecture design. So let's go for that. I will remove these objects here. I will go into Edit Preferences, into the Get extension here. I will just search Ikea, and I can install Ikea Browser. Then I will just search for Archimesh. Okay, and I will find Archimesh here, or Archimesh. I don't know how to pronounce that. I will tell Archimesh. I don't know if it's good or not, but sorry for my bad English. I will try to make it better in the next years. Actually, making an entire video tutorials like this, video training like this, helps me to practice my English. So let's go for that. Archimesh and Ikea Browser. Here you will find some Archimesh things over there. You can see that you have different objects that you can find that are already done. And here you will have the same possibilities. I think it's under Create. You will have Archimesh, and you will have the different interface over there. And it's just, you can have some room, some column, some door, some rail window, panel window, and everything. So there's options here will help you to gain some time for this. So I will show you the room option because it's the main important, in my opinion, for Archimesh. So let's go there, and for this you just add a room, and it will give you a beginning of a wall. Okay, in this wall you can play with the two first values here. It's the height of the wall and the thickness of the wall. Okay, so you can increase that. For example, let's go into 2.6. It's depend of the house that you want to make, the room that you want to make. So it will be, let's say, the height I will use for this one, and I will play with a thickness of 0.2, so it means 20 centimeters. So it will give me a thickness like this. Then I will play with the length of my first wall. Okay, so it will be my first wall, this one. And you have the baseboard, so give you a baseboard over there. You can delete this or increase the within and the height if needed. You have the wall cover as well if you want to add more definition. It will show itself with the shadows here. You can see the wall cover for the exterior there. And then you can just invert this in case you want the wallboard into the other side. But let's go into the number of walls. Here we just have one wall, so let's go with the second one. Okay, and the second one will turn left by default with the value here. So if I go negative, I will go into the other side. Okay, so let's say you have a map of the flat that you want to build here, and you will just can create your walls just very easily like that. Okay, so let's say the first one will be 4 meters, the second one will be 4 meters like this. Okay, and the next one, because I will increase the number of walls here, will be -6. Okay, like this you will have this kind, or maybe even -7. Let's go crazy. And there we want to add the next one. Okay, number of walls like this. It goes into the wrong side, or maybe you can make a shape like this after if needed. But in my just in this simple example here, I will add this direction. So I will go into the negative, and I will go -7 like this as well. Okay, then I will go for the next one into with this value, with 3 here, and then I will go with the last one. Do I have an option to close the walls? Over there, and you close the walls, and that's it. So as you can see here, you have basically the wall into the negative side here. So what you can do, you can invert it like this. You will have the cover that will be well. For the baseboard here, you can go into the negative as well. here. Like this, you can go inside or outside if needed. Okay, so let's say you have your walls just like that. And then you can add your wall cover if needed as well. But I will not use that into our example here. I will just add some other objects here. So let's say I will create this collection and let it collect the walls. So now I will create a new collection and this will be an opening. Okay, and this opening I will can add some new elements like a rail window, a panel window, everything that is opening here. So let's go for a door first. Okay, so I have a door. This door, as you can see, has some options into it. You have the possibility to open into both sides, for example, or to open with different models. Okay, so let's take this model and take a left, right open. Okay, something like that. And then after, you just have to place it with this empty that all these objects are parented to. So if you just select this empty like this, you will can move your object. Okay, then you can just put back your object like that and just move it into the middle of the wall, somewhere like this. By default, it will not show up. But now, what is good with this wall here is that you have the auto holes. And now it will create the hole directly for the door. Oh, what a time savior for that. Okay, you can do that now with some rail windows. Let's say, let's add a rail window, simple one. You have a lot of options for these windows as well, the size, the frame, the rotation. You have the rail window, the two leaf, the right leaf. Let's take the two leaf here over there. Okay, then I will just select the window, pull it up a little, let's say 1 meter. I don't know, 1 meter and 20, GZ 1 meter and 20, something like this. No, too high. GZ 0.2, let's say 1 meter. I don't know the height. Maybe it's 90 centimeters for a rear window. I'm not into this. So what is good now is that you can just put it like this over there, make rotation 90 degrees to make the opening into the right side over there, so it's good. And then maybe a GY to put it here, and maybe you would like to add another one here. So to do that, what you can do is select the ER key here, and with Shift D it will just create another instance like that very easily. Another one, Shift D again, and then place it into the other side. Okay, over here, make a rotation 180, it's well placed, and again Shift DY, and you will have the different windows that will appear into your project. So good, now you have your windows, you're happy with that. Let's come back into this and use the auto hole, and it will create the holes directly and will let you have the windows and your openings directly like this. The last kind of thing is the panel window here. So it's a big window. Let's say that you would like a big opening into the other side like this. So as you can see, there are a lot of options over there. You can use the edge count or the V count here. Okay, you can even use an arch as a style somewhere. The top can be an arch, for example, here, as you can see. Let's keep this. I like that. Maybe it's high. It will be high enough. Yeah, it's high enough. So let's put that into the other side. I take the empty. With GY, I put it here. Make a rotation 180. As you see, it's really a seamless workflow. It works very well. So now I come back here, make auto holes, and I will have my opening that is well in place. Okay, so as you can see, easy to do. Now what you can do as well with the walls, if you select the walls here, you can add a ceiling if needed, or you can add a floor. For our example, we will add a floor like this. Okay, So this is the first examples that I wanted to show you. You have some possibilities to add some cabinets, some shelves, some stairs, some roof. We did see already that with the add-on Bagapie, you have a lot of possibilities with that. So yeah, it's already a lot of things that you can add. You can add some curtains, some lamps, some books into the shelves maybe. So if you have add a shelf like this, you have different options here, and let's add it over there, let's say. Okay, so you will have this kind of option, and then you can add a book here. And I think there are some options for the book. No, not really. Yes, the number of books you can increase, and like this you will have I will put all of that into another one, into another here collection that it will be maybe furnitures. Okay, create that, and then I can hide everything like this and add a book. Okay, and you can see that you have some variation that you can use to play with. So you will have the book size here and add some randomness into the size, just like that, to make it more real, for example, to have this kind of option. Okay, and then you can play with the number of the books just like this to add more books like that. And now you can just add all of this into the shelf like this. Okay, with the GZ. Maybe you want to scale it into the x-axis just to feel it well, and now you have your books. You just have to texture everything now. So yeah, as you can see, it's really a gain of time to add some details in your scenes, architecture scenes. So here you have the Archimesh, and as you can see, there are other things that you can add, like a lamp, for example, here. Okay, simple lamp here. You have different presets here that you can play with. Okay, so for example, this kind of lamp over there. So yeah, it's really easy to use, and I recommend you to have it in your toolbox if you make some architecture things. So now let's add some other furnitures and other elements there. And for this, we will go into IKEA browser that is here. So here you just have to search. You search with the English language. So for example, let's add some plants. Okay. You search, and maybe you will have the plants that will appear. So some will not, I don't know really why, but all the catalog will not happen into Blender. Some will not happen. They are not really modeled in 3D, so it's not possible because it happens from the website. But here, let's import a Strelitzia, for example, and see if it works. It works pretty well, okay? And now you can just move it into your scene. Maybe scale it down a little, put it over there with Shift Z, okay? And you will have your plant just like that. Very easy. Another one, maybe that one. See if it works. This one works as well. Perfect. We can add it into the shelf over there. So let's go with this base project here, and we can just click and drag it here. What is good is that everything is well textured and modeled, as you can see here into the render settings here over there. You can see that it works pretty well. Okay, so let's add another one. Maybe this one. I don't know if it will work. It works perfectly, and you have two of those. Okay, no, just one, it's okay. So Maybe we'll add it on top again, or here might work. Will it work? It works. It's not well oriented with this, but I will just click make it easy to put it over there, and you will have some props and decorations just like that. You will have a lot of furnitures, like for example, you want a sofa? Think it's possible? Let's add a sofa. So wait for the search. So sometimes it can take a little of time, and just you import the model, okay, and wait for it, and it's here, well textured, ready to use. Make RZ 90 degrees, okay, and put it into the right place over there. A table? For sure, we can find this. Let's go with the table, wait for the result. And you will have basic tables that you can import into Blender. So let's go in, maybe, I don't know if it's possible to import this one. Yeah, already a lot of details there. So with Shift Z, we will put here maybe. And then just you light the scene, you texture a little the scene, and yeah, it's very, very effective. You can play as well with the textures and the objects that we did add into the asset browser with the Polyheaven website, for example. Let's add some shaders into that. So we will go into Polyheaven website. We will go into the textures, into the floor. Maybe do we have some floor somewhere? Not really. I will go with wood, just like this. Laminated floor. Just click and drag, and you will have this. So now it's very big for the size that we want. So let's go into the shading option and increase the size of it with this, just by selecting this, and you will play with the scale. You increase the number until you have the right value. Okay, so here if I put 20, I guess that it will be not that bad, and you will have the shaders that will appear directly. You can still go with these objects as well and add some other shaders directly from the layout here. So maybe you want some wood into that one. Let's go and take a basic simple dark wood here over there, and it will appear like that. You just have to go into the UV editing and make a simple here smart UV project, okay, and it will project it like this. Now you will see the result in rendered view into the shading tab, and you will see the result. So you can play with the orientation as well. Maybe it's not this one, it will be the Z one, yeah. And if you put 90 degrees over there, maybe scale a little if needed, and you will have a nice texture into that, okay? So very simple and easy to use. If you work with cycles here, so let's go with cycles over there. You can add your HDRI here from here, maybe with the sun. So let's go with outdoor and something with a strong sun like this one over there. And let's go into rendered view to see how it looks. So now you have the design that looks really well. And from here we can see even that these objects will disturb. So it's the object that makes the Boolean operations. So what you can just do is select everything, all of those Boolean objects, and hide it just like that. So it will make your windows appear, and then after you just have to select the windows and to make a really nice gloss material into that. So you will have this that will appear there if you select the right place, and add some gloss material into that, and you will have something that will look really nice in the end. So not that complicated, as you can see, to make architecture with design with these two add-ons. It really helps you a lot. So I really recommend you to add it in your toolbox again. In the next video, talking about toolbox, we will see BagAPI a little more in depth. We did see only some the imported models that we have into the asset browser with BagAPI, but there are a lot of other options that are really, really interesting, and we will see that in the next video.